this professor, Jason Arday, celebrated as the youngest ever black professor at a British university. He came with an incredible story. Much of his life, he was unable to talk until, I think, a teenager. And that story really captured in the media. Then some accusations came out that accused of using other people's the press. It was really a hot topic, outrageous claims that he made, stories, and it became a bit of a funny to talk about. But look at the devastating effect. If we're not jumping to conclusions, it would seem that he has taken his own life on the back of this hounding that he.
I feel for his family. Why did they started it? Is it jealousy? Is it what is it that triggered this attack on him? And this gentleman has given his story between each other, saying, "Look at this young man. He's autistic. He had autism, and he managed to achieve a higher education and became a professor in Cambridge University. All these hopes that he's given to many families desperate to see their kids speaking one day, and now seeing what he has to go through. We don't know whether was he too upset and was it a heart attack, or was it the family are asking the press and the news to keep away from them, and I think they have all the right to do so, because obviously with all the what is the benefit of the news and the channels chasing them? They got nothing but hate, and pressure on him to start with.
Yeah, it's very sad, and they should feel guilty. The press that created this situation. Whenever a story like this unfolds, there's certain protocols that the news follow, and they will say that we are not treating the death as suspicious, which means it's not aside. It's not that he's been attacked. Join the dots. It seems logical that you're right. It could have been a heart attack, also, but I would think more than likely he's made the ultimate sad decision. It's such a sad topic, and it's a little bit too close to home sometimes. And I'm sure many people watching and listening will also have known people that have sadly taken their life in that way. And you're right to mention that not only growing up with a disability, growing up as an ethnic minority can also put pressure on people. Do you think too much was made of the fact that he's black rather than that he's just a gifted professor or someone that's been through a great to overcome?
Look, we all know that so many people up there with high status or position don't deserve where to be. I'm not saying Jason doesn't deserve where he was. I'm saying there are so many people that has positions that because they know someone knows someone, the family, like being privileged of, nepotism. So this happens. It happens in the UK. It happens around the world. We know that. And most of the time, the benefit of going to private schools, not because you're going to get better education, is because you're going to be around more privileged people, and this will give you more chances in the future to have the best jobs, best careers, you know. So like, and so many people lie in their CVs. So many people do so. I never done that. I don't feel like I have to, but like sometimes fighting for a position, some people leave from one country to another and, you know, just try and say we've done this and this and that, and providing, you know, wrong references. So like, it's not the right thing to do. Some people do it, but the fact that if I know someone has to to someone's death, like, why would I be killing someone? Even words hurts, and so many managements that have even worked in the past, they hurt some staff so much that they leave, go back home crying, affects their business future. They think of themselves as a failure, you know, because of a comment that been made. So even criticizing someone's job has to be done in a professional manner. To improve the staff, you need to be trained of the language you use. So as I was trained in teaching as well, to speak to someone about what to improve, I will never start without saying 3 good things, because there will always be something good in that person that they have done. Anything, think of anything they've done. They smiled, you know, they appreciate someone's comment, anything like this. You mention 3 things and then to teach you. Like, these comments really destroys people's careers. And if they have autism and you might not know any other problems, you are killing them basically. And this is what happened to this gentleman, sadly, as we see. So some lessons are learned too late, but I hope the lessons are taken now from the media and from those that really take advantage of people like Jason.
He was clearly a vulnerable person, and even some of the things that he claimed that were quite outlandish and it got the attention in the media were clearly not true, and they couldn't be true. I think he was saying at one point he was getting an excessive amount of speech therapy. He claimed it was a ridiculous claim, like something like 23 hours a day or something like that. But maybe he believed it. Maybe he was confused. Maybe somebody had misled. He's a vulnerable person. He wasn't trying to deceive people. You know, I think people misjudged him, and then he felt terrible about that. But you're right that bullying in the work can have such a devastating effect. I don't know. I'm a great believer in freeing yourself from the prison of what people think of you. Very much easier said than done. But if you are constantly worried about what people will think, oh, people will think I'm this, people will think I'm that, it can get to you. It can grind you down. And yeah, like I say, it's easier than said than done. But you must, a life skill, a form of self-defense is separate yourself from what other people think of you. I don't know why, but I always took confidence and self-belief and it coming from within. It's very, I don't know if you can train it. I don't know where it comes from. Not to be concerned with what other people think.
I think you definitely can train it, and it comes from the house, it comes from the culture, it comes from your friends, it's the circle that you are around. It is, you know, fed to you daily. So if you live with a husband that tells you every day, you know, you're not worth of anything. Do you know what I mean? Like if you live with a mom and dad that are always
Getting you down.
getting you down, if the siblings, like all of this negativity can be, you know, fed to you from the closest people around you. And sometimes if you live in a society that, you know, there's nothing there other than criticism, they always just criticize one another, you know, and blaming. And, you know, sadly, sometimes you can't take yourself out of that culture. It's very difficult. You say it because you live here in the West, and, you know, and you've grown up here and you have your own mind and you can say whatever can you can hold the mic and talk freely. But people in some other countries, they don't even have the freedom to say, to express their thoughts, because they have to be very careful of what's been said in case, you know, they to other people in the wrong way.
Well, whose fault is it when a country or a culture becomes like that? And whose responsibility is it to change that?
I mean, you could say one person can make a change and then, you know, encourage everybody to do these changes. But it's very, very difficult, especially if you are, if you can't, if there's no other way out of it, if you know what I mean, you know. Some people say close your ears, close, you know, like shut it all around you so you don't let it get through you, you know. But that really takes a very strong parents, you know, with a very what's the word? Like they have to be really strong and independent and confident of their kids to make them grow with that mentality.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's the individual responsibility, there's the society responsibility, but you've got to try and be the person that makes a difference. Because if everyone lives in fear of what will people think, what will happen? Oh no, shame. It snowballs and it becomes a reality. Look, I don't know. The situation with this guy, he was a vulnerable person, and it's kind of different. We've gone off on a different topic. I just feel so sorry for Jason, and the fact that look, autistic people can interpret things differently, can take things very literally. The certain feelings can be really amplified. What slight embarrassment one person might feel, he might feel it excruciatingly devastating. So I think that his
Without worrying that you're going to hurt someone like that. Because how will you know that this individual is autistic or not? You will not know. You will not know what this person is going through in their life. Have they or not, you know, do they have suicidal thoughts, all of these things, you don't know what people go through in their life. I mean, there's a hadith that said من كان يؤمن بالله وباليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. So if you believe in Allah and the hereafter, either say good or don't say anything, you know, remain silent and quiet. So it's one of the teachings that we grow up learning. Unfortunately, not a lot of people do it, but it's one of the learnings from the Prophet that if you have something good, say it. If you don't say it. Just don't say anything unless if it's good. Let only good things come out of your mouth.
and does that apply to the family?
Of course, I mean, I should not be saying anything bad to you, but
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that you are. I'm just saying, like, as you were saying,
Some cultures have really destroyed the meaning of religion and the beauty of it. They've destroyed it altogether because culture is such, and tradition is such a big thing that religion thinking the way their parents are is the way their religion should be, not understanding it's because of the tradition and the culture passed on generations and generations and generations, and they're so tied to it.
when you're young, when someone comes around your house, like, do your parents? No, I don't want to. It's like we always felt like they treat than us, or you can get away with more as they get like
The guest or the kids of the guest.
I can't
Well,
really
yeah,
explain it,
obviously,
but
I mean, that's being kind. Because even if someone come and their kid is naughty, the family will not say, "Oh, the kid." They probably say after they leave. But
yeah,
it's from the adab, from the manner to say, "Oh no," or you try to defend their actions or their kids. Sometimes they want to tell the other kid, off, but they can't. So they tell their kids off. They can, generalize the turning off for everybody in the room
yeah,
because of someone. I mean, going back to Jason Arday, I really hope. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know. Does Cambridge University, does the staff that were there, were they kind to him, or are they going to start writing some comments about how sad they are of losing him, and they were part of the investigation or part of this? Do you know what I mean? Like every individual that have said something to this man will remember it now and be like, oh my God, was it me? Is it because, I mean, that's even if they have, I can't bring the right word to this.
that's all right. If they have the decency to,
Exactly,
yeah,
to even question themselves. Some do it and, they say, walk over the dead body, and be like, oh, they come to the family stories, but they were the most mean people to this person. So
yeah. It's very sad, especially the fact that he's autistic, and like you said in the beginning, his story of being non-verbal for so many years, and then even that was something to celebrate. It didn't need to be up,
and as much as it gave hope to many parents, now it gives parents awareness, I would say, that they need to be very careful where their kids end up being,
Yeah.
who are surrounded by,
Yeah.
what do they hear and how it affects their well-being and their mental health. Because to see what someone like Jason, who became very successful, but only led to trauma and his death and caused him problems. You just have to be really careful with kids with autism and what they might face in the future.
In the environment. So sorry, it's a sad one tonight, but we had to talk about this. It's an important topic.